give me a little cry.
If there is a Goliath in front of you,
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
A David within you.
Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up.
In 2025,
Orville, Simone, Jasmine, bless up.
But labor rights.
Morning, morning, morning.
Pastor Auntie tell me say, read your Bible. Because after David defeated Goliath, the war never done this up.
Beverly, morning.
Goliath had 4 big brothers who came back and tried to fight David.
God Almighty.
And David whooped them up again. Last year, after the local government election, Goliath leave 4 brother down there.
Hit the thumbs up and come in, family. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Jones Oliphant.
Anthony C. Mr. Morning, sir.
You're fired.
Carl Simit in the North Patrick Division.
Check in and say good morning right now. Double tap your screen.
Mario Mitchell in the Belfield.
Mirella, good morning.
Them there, a Goliath 4 brother them. But Peter Bunting left down there. And if you read your Bible, you will see that David defeated them. So
Bjorn, morning. Good morning, 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 morning.
Just say when you're going to the supermarket, your basket have a be XYZ. And when you're going to the supermarket, 5 items only can buy with 1 money. When the 1 money, you also give it 4 items. Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Morning.
Let me tell you, if I and I become the Minister of National
Check in and say good morning right now.
If a murderer, I'm going to become the law. People of Jamaica, put your head beside the bed.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Bjorn, Beverly, good morning. Dennis, good morning. Ice, good morning. Ina, good morning. Check right into the chat right now. Father Paul and I are coming back to you with another great show. As we told you yesterday, please go ahead and double tap your screen to register your like right now. Double tap your screen right now. If you're using a mobile phone, double tap your screen so that to hit the like button so that the video can go out to other people. Double tap your screen. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. So, Father Paul. Father Paul, are you there?
Yes, top of the morning to you, Steady. Top of the morning to Steady fam. Good to be here again. Lots of things drop.
Only
in the
bad
last
things.
24 hours.
Yep.
So we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, yes, yes. So, from what we've seen in the news and the reports.
Oh, and steady. Before you say that, let me just address the feelings and the sensibilities of any of your listeners.
Yes.
Anyone who might have been offended by my use of the word grape yesterday. I sincerely apologize, and it was not meant to offend. I used it in the context of being violently abusive.
All right.
That was the context in which I used the word.
All right.
Okay, so let's everybody can put back the knives in the shield and unpack those weapons. And my hands are up. Okay, I surrender. All right. So yeah, steady. Run with it now. We can. I think I don't feel as threatened anymore. So, run with it.
I notice the people at the steady show, but we know we have a lot of people who watch, and they, as you said, they have their sensibilities about different things. But big up for that, Father Paul. So so we are learning that the investigations into that's been going on as it relates to the Prime Minister, the investigations that Mark Golden has been campaigning on, and for the life of me, Father Paul, I've never been able to understand why anybody with any sense even think it makes any sense that Mark Golden is running around and talking about the Prime Minister is under investigation by the corruption oversight body, and therefore, as a result of that, he's not eligible to run as Prime Minister. You see, I believe Mark Golden wants to turn Jamaica into this kind of place where all if the man not guilty, him guilty, and all if there is anything that suggests that the man is not in good standing based on for them own criteria where them set up, you understand me, then it is okay. After all, Andrew is just a black youth who born in a Spanish town, so he doesn't deserve to be prime minister over Mark Golden, so him can come and him can talk any foolishness. Well, the investigations have been closed, but it's very curious because we want to know why is it that the investigations have been closed. I believe what I saw was July 19th of last year, 2024, right? Why is it that it's been closed for so long, right? And why is it that we're just finding out? And Father Paul, when we were talking before the show, you brought up some things, so I'm going to allow you to bring up those things. But that's my thing, If it's been closed since 2024, why is it that it is just now that the notice has been sent to Parliament? Or am I wrong in my assessment on that? Father Paul, what do you have to say about that?
Yes, so let us put it in the context
Right.
of how the PMP operates.
Right.
In the first instance, the PMP, in all the elections they have won, they have never won an election based on performance. They have always won an election based on being the alternative. So in the in the 70s when they won, we just come out of independence, and they believe that their argument was that the poor people, nothing not going for the poor people, and this is who they're looking out for. Okay, and so, well, of course, yes, the JLP couldn't really say that wasn't so.
Right.
Because they could just get independence. We're trying to sort out the thing. We never run the country necessarily before.
Right.
In that sense, we're now not training wheels now. With a big boy bicycle we're right now. You understand me?
Right.
All right. But of course, their effort was a dismal failure. Capital flight, everything happened. Everything went wrong. Country mash up. Never have no way of withstanding the global blows that were taking place.
Right.
And we're busy eating out the belly.
Right.
All right? Good. Come 18, bringing back the JLP. Them try them best. Them work on the thing. Get it up to a point. As a matter of fact,
Let's not go down there. Let's just explain it. Come to the era.
This is the thing. These conversations cannot be held in a vacuum.
Right.
Because if you hold it in a vacuum, then you won't understand why it is happening.
All right, good. Go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
Here the man. The only reason he got a second term was because of the snap election. He called a snap election.
There we go.
Extend the time.
There we go.
We get a hurricane in Gilbert. Gilbert come and devastate the place.
Right.
Again, within a year, you would never believe that Gilbert they passed through. But then the people, again, the Pied Piper start to sing him tune again.
Right.
And this time, him come back and him say, boy, I'm not wearing a bush jacket this time, a shirt and tie. Him is just as good.
That is
Him,
it.
you know, jacket and tie now.
Yes.
Him can do just what this guy do.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it was short-lived.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, man is mortal. Eh? And he end up having to hand over to the very person that he had to ask to resign.
That is it.
For what?
Mm.
Corruption.
Right. The shell waiver. Mm-hmm.
The shell waiver.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I shall return.
Mm-hmm.
And return he did.
Right.
18 and a half years. And anybody who is aware, who don't not buried under a rock, know what happened in that 18 and a half years.
Wow.
Okay? The country again, this time, the banking sector pretty much wipe out. 40,000 businesses lose. Them 4,000 businesses went under.
Mm-hmm.
If 70% of the workforce is employed by the private sector and 4,000 businesses go under, then naturally it's going to be very painful.
There we go.
And of course, there were these little isms and things taking place in the opposition.
Right,
and that's
right.
the reason why they kept winning.
Right.
The JLP were in opposition at the time. And so
There
they
we
kept
go.
winning because of the isms in the party, right? Trying to change the leader.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is now. Okay, fine. So we changed the leader, and immediately on changing the leader, we were back in power.
We're back in power. And now we have the best prime minister that not just
Yes.
the JLP,
Well,
but
no.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're back in power. This is 2007.
Oh, this is 2007. Okay, cool.
You're right. But as soon as he started, here came the isms and schisms again.
Yeah.
Right? Because now they launch a character assassination on that leader.
There we go.
And that leader spent a lot of time having to be putting out fires, dodging things, right? Them as a matter of fact, them said, you know, we get two with one blow.
There we go.
Because you get the finance minister by causing him to give the increase that Uno wasn't giving to the civil servants.
Right.
And of course, derail the whole thing. And when you come now, and all right, here comes Sister P. What? Nothing was built up yet.
Right.
And the bitter medicine that our current Prime Minister warned about had to be delivered.
Right.
So they never stayed.
Right.
Then now, come 2016.
All right.
Here comes Andrew Holness again.
All right.
Right? With his team, spent his time in opposition, not just criticizing the government, but devising methodology and systems, getting the best minds together.
I like it.
So that we can really take the country to where it needs to be.
Yes.
Good. What do they start to do? Before they could have started one of their major things, COVID came into the picture. They started against national security.
Right.
Bobby Montague was that national security minister. Him have to resign. And this was all over some guy who just could not deliver on what he agreed.
All right. So pause one moment there. I'm going to let you continue. I just want to say big up to everybody that is here right now. I'm going to just read some comments and then I'll let you continue, Father Paul. So Raffington say, good morning, Brother Steady and family. I'm still waiting on mainstream media to condemn that lady who is inciting violence. I believe that is the one that on a Floyd Green, Miranda, in a Floyd Green place. Melvita saying, good morning, family, Steady. Family, have you seen the amount of money the IC spend on recreation activities for year 2024 to 2025? You understand me? Somebody said, we don't care what, no? All right, let's move on from that one. Somebody is asking, so why the PM statutory declaration not signed by the IC Pure corruption. Shame on IC. PM, we love you. Bjorn. Mark Golden danced with his supporters saying Andrew Holness thief boat money. Why Andrew Holness did not sue Mark Golden for slander and the PNP party. And what else do we have right here? So, the JLP, every time the evidence is there, Andrew Holness all the way, Jamaica. Also, Mark is not even 100% Jamaican. Somebody is saying that. Steady, big up yourself, big up your channel. Keep pressing, brother. Respect, Yardman. You understand me? Horace is saying, so can we expect the Prime Minister's declaration to be certified in short order? All right, so big up to everybody who came in and said hi as well. I just want to acknowledge you, let you know that we're watching you. All right, so let me just remind you, if you are on a mobile phone right now, please make sure you double tap your screen. And when you double tap your screen, that will register as a like. Please go ahead and do so right now. We're going to do it. Wake up, good morning. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, wake up. Go ahead and do it right now. Let's get the likes up. Wake up. Good morning and happy Thursday. Greet up the chat. Wake up. Good morning. Double tap your screen and get those likes in, family. Double tap and get those likes in. Do it right now. I see the likes going up. Keep doing it, family. Keep doing it. Keep tapping your screen. Keep tapping your screen. Keep tapping your screen. All right, thank you. I see the likes going up. Keep working on that. Father Paul, go ahead, my brother.
Yes. So here it is. COVID came in 2020. And now how are we going to navigate this? Uncharted waters. But once again, the Prime Minister and his team developed several initiatives and plans, which they not only developed but executed.
That is it.
One of the biggest ones that they did was this Enter Jamaica. Anybody who has traveled to Jamaica know about Enter Jamaica. You have to go to this website, put in your information, and we were probably the first country to do it. Other countries start to follow us. Like, wow. Here was, because, with COVID, nobody was sure. People afraid of handling paper, don't want, close contact and whatever. And we developed a system of how to get the people into the country. Develop protocols to handle the tourist thing and so on.
All right.
All right. So now, here comes the first salvo. Started from the IC.
Right.
Great Christie.
Salvo, what do you mean by salvo? Let's break it. Let's Jamaicanize it.
Okay, yeah.
Jamaicanize it, boss.
All
right, go on.
For those of you. The first shots fired.
Right.
Came from Christie. Great Christie.
Right.
By releasing a document regarding this investigation. The same investigation that we continue to talk about.
Right.
Right? And it was released at a time when the Prime Minister was meeting, I think it was in the Bahamas, with the Commonwealth heads.
Yeah.
So all these other countries are there. And this is when you release the information.
Interesting.
Right? To say that he's on the investigation.
Wow.
And then, of course, the story started coming out. Oh, nobody don't want to take any pictures with the Prime Minister. But I must say, big up to the shower army.
Right.
The shower army debunked that right away. With lots of pictures.
Yes.
Of the Prime Minister.
Shower labor rights. Yes.
Shower labor rights.
So,
and I think this is when now the shower army step up their game and realize that, all right, so the party is not coming out and saying anything. But you have to understand, the reason if the party tries to put out all these fires that these people start, they don't have any time to do anything else.
That is it.
And so they have been focusing on the job that they were elected to do.
Right.
And we, the supporters of the Labour Party, are out here knocking them down.
That is it.
Oh, no, we can't. Oh, by the way, my boy find a ball and him find the ball,
That is it.
It looked like Damien find the ball. Him find the ball we give, go look for you the other day.
Yeah.
So, him back again.
Right.
but we're set up. We're
Right.
set up.
Right.
And
So
we're
they, they,
talking
they
about that
threw
game.
that they threw that out there because what you're saying is that here comes the prime minister now, get the right team, and the prime minister is now in progress, bringing Jamaica from outer poverty to prosperity. Of course, PNP, as usual, they don't have a plan, but they've always had this thing called the Pickers Guild Committee, and the Pickers Guild Committee is the mother of the statutory institutions such as the Integrity Commission. So this was them throwing something at the prime minister now as a political ploy. So they acted as if they were doing something in favor of Jamaican people, but what they essentially were doing was the PNP's dirty work. Because the PNP, they now want back the reins of power, and so they have to plan something out there to make us look at this good prime minister in a negative light, knowing fully well that this is just a witch hunt that they had started. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes. Which takes us after the Prime Minister decide now to seek judicial review
Mm-hmm.
as to why they're not certifying,
Right.
right? And the way the judicial review works, you can't just get judicial review because you ask.
Right.
They first have to check and make sure that, yeah, you have good enough standing to do so,
That is a
meaning you have good enough grounds. You're not going to waste the court's time.
all right, good.
And lo and behold, it came back saying, yes, Prime Minister, you're good, you can get your judicial review.
So just to make it clear for people, in other words, the prime minister, you said it a while ago, the prime minister had good reasons, and through the court's eye, based on reviewing the information, that yes, you have grounds based on the things that you were looking at, the fact that they went to they took extensive measures, even some of them inappropriate and outside of the boundaries of the law. But that's what they did, such as the lens that Kevin Stevenson was going at to get all this information on the estate bridge situation and all these things. So what we're saying is that they were exceeding, going outside of even the legal parameters, because clearly the Integrity Commission, as all Jamaican people know, they wanted to find something. Right? They were looking for something. So if there could have been anything that they could have held on to the prime minister, they went as far as to expecting the prime minister to declare, yeah, funds that were in an parent's account and all of that, when Andrew Holness' parent's account is not even his own account. So we can see that it really was a witch hunt. It was political in nature. And the PNP, they've been banking on this all this time to get a win. And as we know, Mark Golden has gained a lot of traction going around Jamaica talking about Prime Minister is under investigation for illicit enrichment. The foolishness about the 28 bank accounts, we're not hearing that much of that now that we understand that Mark Golden has 32. And Mark Golden is so dumb to think that when he come out and tell the people that, no, him not have the 32 bank account, him only have 2 bank accounts. So you tell me, say, Mark Golden has so many businesses. You understand me? International businesses. Businesses in a Jamaica, business that some of us don't even know about. And you're telling me that Mark Golden only has 2 bank accounts. So, in other words, Mark Golden, the con man, Mark Golden, the scammer, tried to let Andrew Holness look like he was a con man and a scammer, and it hasn't worked. So the fool comrades, they've been running behind them, the unsuspecting Jamaicans. But as we know, no come out of it. And know that them not have this to campaign on anymore. The PNP, them did week before, you hear Dan Jackson Miller talk about it. So the PNP, they're trending backwards, which means to say, even though they claim through the Don Anderson fake polls that the JLP is at a standstill, that basically the JLP only need to remain at the standstill, and PNP just need to continue down the same path because they're losing. So the time them they take a tell lie on the Prime Minister, they should have taken to try to devise some kind of plan to build up Jamaica, such as the Prime Minister did when he was in opposition. But no, you can't tell PNP that, because all they ever tried to do was to use these underhanded, crooked means in order to win elections. Father Paul, go ahead. I just had to put that one in there. Go ahead, my brother.
So we have to look at it to see that there was clearly a head of the snake
Yes, man.
at the IC.
Yep.
And we managed to wear down that snake till his time was done.
Yep.
And we bid him bye-bye.
Yes.
But he wasn't gone, because he's still waiting in the wings. Because to me it looked like somebody promised him something, man.
Right.
Him get promised something.
Him who now? Who are we talking about?
Come back.
Him who are we talking about now?
The Justice
All right.
Panton.
All right, Panton.
And
All
I
right.
refer to him as Justice Panton,
Yeah.
because he has earned that.
All right.
And before this IC thing, a lot of people held him in high esteem.
Well, I don't really think like that still. Once you violate...
But
yeah, go ahead.
The reason why I say that, you see, even Greg Christie, when he was making the moves, even when they announced about the investigation and then later sent the fact that there was no charges against the Prime Minister, Greg Christie went as far as to state it in his message,
right,
to say that he is following the instructions of the goodly Justice Panton. That, hello, this wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Your instructions. Yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
You know? I mean, why should I bust a shaggy for that? But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Hold on, my brother. Hold on.
Me didn't have to be a Labourite. Look here.
Read up the chat.
Could I never be a Labourite? Jesus Christ, man. God would have seen me. God would have seen me.
All right, so if you're on a mobile device right now, and I'm seeing that we have 224 visible, thank you for everybody who's just showing up to the Steady Show. If this is your first time watching the show, I want to say welcome to the show. Make sure you subscribe over here so we talk whole heap of facts. You see what I said to you? If you're watching on a mobile device right now, please go ahead and double tap your screen. When you do so, it will register as a like. Double tap your screen if you're using a mobile phone. It will register as a like. Let us get to 100 likes right now. I'm seeing that we're like at what? Is this 76 that I'm looking at right now? Let's get to 100 likes, family. Double tap your screen right now. Let's get to 100 likes. You understand me? So what we're here talking about is the fact that Mark Gold did not know for campaign plan no more. Not that he had anything in the first place. The PNP, they don't have nothing to campaign on anymore. Maybe that's the reason why you see the violent rhetoric start coming out of the violent rhetoric. Maybe that's why Miranda is frustrated and fighting with herself, because as far as we're concerned, Floyd Green, in a no fight with nobody. Floyd Green is all right where he is. You understand me, I said to you. So we see Raymond Price a tell lie and a play victim. We see Andre Harton playing victim. By the way, we see Wickham McNeil yesterday playing victim. So the one thing that they're doing now, is that they might open them phone and they're taking videos to show that their posters, the posters have been vandalized, and they're trying to make it look like the labor rights are vandalized and are take down and are mash down them thing. But one of the things they need to ask themselves, and we're not supporting any kind of violence or vandalism, but they need to ask themselves, is it not even if it be no labor rights, could it be good righteous Jamaicans who know Wickham history from back in the West when Wickham had 5 terms, yet Wickham did nothing, and yet Tova over there built up the place. And Wickham come there in his suit. I try now to give the people them sweet talk. We saw the mayor of Montego Bay, him forward and him make the people them know, say, yeah man, them violate certain principles and we had to do what we had to do. And him make we know, say, yeah man, Andre pay certain fees and so he's acting in line. So we need PNP to understand that a law and order. And please, do not threaten the JLP. Don't threaten the support of them. Don't threaten the leaders or anything like that. Because one thing I'm happy about in the Father Power is that the security forces are working. And I want the PNP them to know that if they break the law and they violate, just like every and anybody else, they will be held accountable to any actions that they carry on with. So let them go on with them whole heap of smoke screen and everything that they're doing now. trying to distract from the fact that their leader, Mark Golden, the criminal Buckingham Belly Mark Golden, has been campaigning on lies and accusations using the Integrity Commission that them designed, the old witch hunt body, trying to take down the Prime Minister. But big up to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. They never had anything on him. So the PNP, them in a big problem right now. Show our labor rights. Bring us to 100 likes. Bring us to 100 likes right now and even more. Father Paul.
Yes.
Take it away, Father Paul.
So one of the things that they're not paying attention to, they're not reading the room. They're not reading the room and realize that, as Mala, who had told them one time in the parliament, she said, unless things are, she said, it seems to me that unless things are done the way how the PMP want it done, it ought not to be done. But I would like to remind you that we are the elected government.
That is it.
And I would like for them for the PMP to recognize that not only are the JLP the elected government, they also are in charge of the state power. Once you're elected, you have state power.
That is it.
So I would advise them to be careful. I must big up Dujan.
Yeah.
Because Dujan made a statement on his live last night, saying, listen to me. Don't forget, this is not the same JLP as the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, early 2000s.
That is it.
Not the same JLP.
That is it.
This is a different JLP.
That
this
is
a
it.
JLP who have people now who are very literate, well-read, and are paying attention to what is happening.
That is it. That is it. Big up to the John right now, and that's what I want you to know.
Jamaica, run Jamaica, put your head beside the bed.
Big up to the John right now. Make sure you follow Dujan's World. By the way, moderator, please put Father Paul's. Please put the link to Father Paul's YouTube channel. I keep forgetting this. Please put the link to Father Paul's YouTube channel. You understand me? Father Paul is also building his YouTube channel. And so we want to go ahead and put Father Paul's link. Once you see the link, make sure you click on it even while you're live with us. Just click on it, subscribe, watch the video that is there. Yeah, we want to get Father Paul's channel to 1,000. We want to get him to a 500 to 1,000 subscribers by next week. We're supposed to have 500 to 1,000. That's where we're going with it. And Father Paul, in short order, will be linking with the Steady Show from his channel. And so Father Paul will be uploading over there and bringing us content. Because listen, going into this election, we have to be very, very serious about what we are doing. We have to be very serious about sharing good content with the people. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Father Paul, go ahead and do that. Let me take care of that right now. Father Paul, go ahead with your comments right now.
All right. So if we look at this latest now, the IC annual report, you see by now the PMP should have been in government. Election should have called. And the PMP would have been in government.
That's what they wanted.
And right. And this report would have been released, but it would have been too late was the cry.
That is it.
Because they would have already, as in their estimation, regained state power, and now they control whatever. As a matter of fact, we even know if a report will come out.
All right.
Because what we're looking at
is
a PMP that operates off different rules.
Yeah, 1 second, Father Paul.
People come out and
Father Paul, give me just a minute. I don't mean to interrupt you. So, family, the link is in the chat right now. The Steady Show just posted it. Yeah, that's the link to Father Paul's channel. Please go ahead. For those of you who, you know how to navigate your way easily, just go ahead, hit the link, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be sure to watch the video that is there. You're gonna see a lot of content from Father Paul. But go ahead and subscribe right now. Go ahead, Father Paul. We'll continue to just let the people know to hit that link that and just subscribe to your channel. We have to do the business while we talk on the thing too, man. You understand? Because we have to be productive. So go ahead, Father Paul. Make sure you hit that link while you listen to the show. Subscribe to Father Paul and continue to listen to the steady show with Father Paul live right now. Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, and I did hear many of the comrades come out and say it. The PMP don't have no money. They've been campaigning for the last 4.5 years. And that's a long time to campaign. Right? Which is one of the reasons why you're having all these councils that they control.
Right. But
the money is being collected, but the work is not being done.
But quick, let's jump into it now. Let's redirect a little bit, because we're 36 minutes into the conversation right now. So PNP never had anything to campaign on. So this Integrity Commission report that we're dealing with right now, one of the things you pointed out is that the document, and I pulled it up this morning, when I look, it was a 226-page document. Which part of the document did they reveal that they closed this investigation where the Dr. Andrew Holness's statutory declarations are concerned? Where in the document did they place this information that the investigations for the 2024-2025 were closed, Father Paul?
Page 170.
Mighty God.
Page 170. Now, you listen now. Most people spin through the first 25, 30 pages. And then them flip around at the back, maybe down to page 200.
Right.
There's no way. But again, now, you see, this is why we have to big up when people are doing the work they're supposed to be doing.
That is it.
And I have to big up George Davis from Nationwide.
Big up that George Davis same way.
George, listen, man. George bring up a number of things.
Yes.
One, that them spend this, how much? The food entertainment and food bill went up by $7 million.
My God.
The security went up by $45 million. You have people inside that get increased after the wage classification, and them salary double from $8 to $16 million.
When they're not even doing 4% of the work that's placed on their table.
Exactly.
What a preke.
165,000 declarations that you're supposed to sort out. And you haven't even done 10%
of the work you're supposed to do.
That you're supposed to do.
So.
And then now, you write here it is, you would think. Not to mention the
31 mil that was spent to get the forensic report, which we still have not seen.
Lord. Which we don't see yet.
Wasting taxpayers' money. Yeah, man, go ahead, my brother.
What you want to tell me, put there. Because if this forensic report had anything of substance in it,
right,
would it not have been a death blow to the Prime Minister?
It would have been.
Would you not have wanted to release this information?
You
want power like no, you don't want it next week.
I like the question. I like the question.
You want it no. You that didn't want it before, we find out say you have 32 bank accounts.
So they circumvented the FID and they went all the way overseas, spent all this money, but we need an investigation into all that money was spent, because based on what we see, how they must spend money for food and entertainment. That's why we need the Auditor General outside of the Integrity Commission, because these things, they need to be investigated, because there is a high possibility, Father Paul, that Just like how PNP out to accuse Dr. Andrew Holness of what we see me a sway with them a go on with, and what we see a go on in the municipalities, them the PNP run one them. It could be that the Integrity Commission is doing the same thing too, we wouldn't put it past them, because we don't trust the Integrity Commission, and that we want them to know. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, we don't trust them either. Right?
We don't trust them.
Because they have made themselves untrustworthy.
That is it. By their fruits.
Here it is, we gave them power and position for them to do a particular job.
That is it.
And instead, them turn around.
That is it.
And try, think of it, the IC came into effect in what, 2018?
2017.
2017.
Yes.
Right? under the JLP. And
right.
then you proceed now to want to use the same entity that was created to bring down the government of the day that enabled you.
My goodness. So it goes to show you that PNP, they have no moral compass. And that this is telling you, they have no moral compass. But my frame on it is that, just like Mallow Ford say, they shouldn't have passed it into law. But they did this just when the Prime Minister became, Prime Minister. I don't know who the people were that did not do their diligence. And so they allow it to pass into law. And Mark Golding, I put out the other day, I said, Mark Golding, he wrote the worst law ever written in Jamaica. And then him turn around and him weaponize that garbage, because all along, the Integrity Commission was never designed. It's just another Pickers Guild committee, just another PNP statutory body that is there to do the work of the PNP. That's all they are. And so the big focus has been on, Dr. Andrew Holness. Now Dennis Strong got the job and they've been making noise. But you see, with that Dennis Strong now being there, even, you see, what I'm doing with Dennis Strong now being there, I don't even see the argument them arguing about Dennis Strong. Because based on how you see Mark Golding functioning, Mark Golding well and know, say, the investigations, they've been closed since last year. We could talk about that, We could talk about the plays that they're making to not Father Paul. Based on the fact that Mark Golding and PNP, they've been working with the Integrity Commission all along. They know say this a case closed long time. So I want to understand what is Lawrence Beswick's role in all of this, right? Is it that you look on the whole thing now and say, no man, this is a foolishness. Let's put the truth out there, because the way I see it, this delay is a tactical delay on the part of the IC and the PNP. Because the longer they take to let the people know the truth about what's happening, right? Since that's from last year, them closed these investigations. The longer they take, the more time they give Mark Golding and the PNP time to run around and continue to tell lies about this situation right here, so. But the next thing again, we have to ask ourselves, well, they just sent it to the parliament. But I was of the view, Father Power, you can correct me, if they close the investigation, could it be that Dr. Andrew Holness has been notified before that the investigations, they've been closed, and him just allow them to run around and make noise, and him, at the right time, he will just use the information on them? I'm curious to know these things, Father Paul, go ahead. Well, I had to raise those questions. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, based on how the reports are set up, right? They have to table it before any statement or anything can be put on the website.
Even to the person under investigation, so, right?
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Which doesn't make no sense.
Because they claim that people who are on the investigation don't necessarily know they're on the investigation. They may ask you for information, but you don't necessarily know that you're on the investigation. Unless, of course, you like within the case of the Prime Minister, he had to go with his attorneys,
right?
And they had to read him, I guess, read him his rights and whatever.
Right.
you know. So it's interesting to see. I'm wondering if the Prime Minister knew, but I don't
I just
see.
have to ask these questions because one of the things about the
I
IC
don't
too,
see why they would have told him.
because one of the things about the IC is
Plus,
that we don't have enough transparency in terms of, their standard operating procedures. In other words, what each person is supposed to do each step of the way. Because I believe that when they were in Parliament and they were talking and they were trying to ascertain at what point the Prime Minister was notified that he was under investigation. We understood, that it was when the whole thing bust out and ongoing and now became a stink. That is when they did the formal thing. So what we're saying, is
yes,
that these statutory bodies, they are weaponizing, and you talk about this on the shows that we talk about, they weaponize the processes and the knowledge, and they do the bare minimum to ensure that any loophole that they can exploit to have their own way, they exploit those loopholes, right? So I had to point that out, that this delay is a tactical delay on their part, because look how much time Big Head Mark Golden has been running around the country talking about illicit enrichment. They've had it on the platforms and everything, and lo and behold. So what we are saying at PNP is that we literally campaign on nothing. Our own ally, which is Dion Jackson Miller, she been talking about it. Dayton Campbell was not able to answer any questions about the message of the PNP. Because and in her words yesterday in a video she posted, she said, while they can go and regurgitate things that's been said on a political platform, we still haven't seen no tangible plans. But of course, so she have to whop it back pan we and say, yes, the JLP, we've been cutting ribbons, but according to the Don Anderson fake report, we don't see anything happen. So a lot of politics are going on. They're politicizing these things. And that may I say. Go ahead, Father Paul.
yeah, because you see, again, their track record speaks for itself.
There we go.
They have never won elections based on performance.
There we go.
They're only a political machinery.
To win elections.
But it's even for election. But apparently, they even forgot how the political machine will run. Because you stop oil the engine. You stop oil the engine.
That is it.
So now the engine has
seize up.
And it looks like it seized.
It seize up. That is it.
Right? And various parts of the engine are jump out like abandoned ship.
That is it. That is it. That is
right?
it.
See, just pass one carburetor down the road. A sputter.
The alternator. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Why? I mean, just see one shocks. Look like he say, what? I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people them listen. They have never met a government like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't know what to do.
And I say to the laborites, fear not. Fear not.
Yeah.
Because if this election is to be lost, it will be lost between the time of nomination day and election day. Why? Why would I say that? Because I am of the belief that we have lots of material.
Yep.
To present to the people.
That is it.
And we want to be able to do it at a time when the people who are running to be re-elected don't have to be bogged down with the day-to-day affairs of running government.
That is it.
So we wait until that time. Listen, I think the Prime Minister is choosing when and where
man.
The battle will take place.
Yeah, man. And let us remind the people to Father Paul. It's just like Andrew Holness say. The PNP then come like the dog them when the dog are chased down the car. You ever drive in the car right, and the dog are run coming up. And the moment you stop the car, and the dog he's off, Right? This is how...
What
He doesn't know what to do. So this is the PNP, And the dog, them, you know, it's like the dogs, they're making a lot of noise. You understand me? They say barking dogs seldom bite, right? So they're making a lot of noise. But then already, that's why Paul Well was able to sell out JPS. The PMP, they don't want responsibility. Responsibility and taking responsibility to run a country. You have to be built for that. I remember what you did say about Dr. Andrew Holness. He probably go ahead.
Make a walk back on that
Go
thing with
go
GPS.
go ahead.
Right? The PMP at the time of the 2016 elections
Right.
were under the impression, right, that they were going to win.
Yeah.
So when they signed that renewal,
Yeah.
they signed it because they had no doubts about their being returned to power.
That is
And
it.
nobody would have seen the light of day, and they would have been the government.
That is it.
They never, remember, you know, because remember, when they signed it, it would have pushed this thing to, it would be the next, 10 years?
Yeah. 10 years.
Yeah, before we have to have this conversation again.
And that is it. And that is if they fail to notify the companies 2 years prior that they either were going to renew or they need a new license. They had to do that. So clearly Paul Well them did fail for take care of that. So they don't want responsibility. Why you think them sell out Air Jamaica? Sell out everything else. Remember, you know, even in a FinSac.
The Air Jamaica thing was twofold.
Yeah.
The Air Jamaica thing was twofold. Remember what the thing that they were after with Air Jamaica? They were after the pension fund.
Oh my goodness. Always the easier way out.
Remember they went to court.
Oh my God.
Because the past employees took them to court and said, no, they can't get the pension fund. They wanted the pension fund.
My goodness. Always the easier way out.
If my memory serves me right, they lost that case. And they didn't get the pension fund. This was one of the things that they wanted.
Always the easy way out for them.
Always the easy way out. Always the easy way
So
out.
let's expand on that. Let me just throw this. Go ahead, Father Paul. Go ahead.
Are you going to expect anything else from somebody who have no plan?
That is it.
And only riding on other people. Listen, the reason why them so vicious now, you know.
Yeah.
As what I'm saying, the last estimate is that is about $6 billion in the
NIR, right.
$6 billion US.
Right.
And we have all the whole part contract we are run.
That is it.
And we have this whole part money in the budget.
That is it.
So look here, man. Some people them can't sleep at night, you know.
Yeah. Remember, you know, the PNP. What we don't want to the Father Paul is that. You remember the story of the prodigal son? PNP come like the prodigal son, you know. Them just want everything up front, easy, you know. And then a prodigal, they need to call them the Prodigal National Party. The Prodigal National Party. A prodigal, them, you know, them just want everything up front for go run, go spend, you know. With the youthful exuberance. Go ahead, Father.
But steady. You know, see.
Yeah.
The Prodigal National Party, you know.
A prodigal, them, man.
Remember how the story going on? Remember how the story going with Prodigal, you know?
Yeah.
Prodigal,
yeah.
Prodigal daddy turned around and threw a big party and killed the fatted calf and him. So they must say to themselves, say, well, if we're the prodigal, and that's supposed to happen.
At that.
So they are coming in now. They are lining up themselves now to get the fatted calf.
But make we emphasize that part of the story, you know. Remember, so when prodigal go out and they sped up everything, you know. We talk about this with PNP, you know. When they mash up Jamaica, you know. Them come and hand back Jamaica to the JLP. And she say, see it here. Nothing on the left, you know. That is how the PNP function. He, wanna see Jamaica, wanna take it back. Because we don't know how to build an economy. We do not know how to work with the private sector. So see here, just like Manley, then destroy the private sector in the 70s. PJ came and did even more damage. They don't know how to work with productive, progressive Jamaicans, such as the people who follow this show. PNP, they have no idea how to work with people who's going to question them, who's going to ask them to come up with better policies. You know the thing that they were making noise the other day when Andrew Holness said, we don't need an opposition to hold us accountable because the supporters of the JLP, they hold us accountable. You understand what I said to you?
Run with that thing. Run
Yes,
with
sir.
that and try to spin it.
Then try to spin it.
He might try to mash
Man.
up the democracy.
Man. So this is how they are. But like when they use it to the yeah, so the PNP, they don't want the responsibility. So after them go and them spend up everything what them say them want. So this is what they want to come back and do. So this is what Mark Golden and Peter Bunting failed so badly the other day. And if you hear the jingle that I play, Peter Bunting is talking about if I become the Minister of National Security again, I'm putting the Rasta as a thief and murderer going to become the law. So PNP, and remember, you know, we have to always do the call to action. Family, when on the cities things happening, just remember, say, you have to vote because you cannot like Bunting a little more. I remember Mark Golden and Peter Bunting, Dayton Campbell Dawes. None of these guys, they are not personally affected by our opinions of them because they know that if Laborites stay home and don't vote, such as Bruce Golden daughter that won them about, we talked about that yesterday on the show. If Laborites stay home and don't vote, you understand me? And if we allow them to come and trick the people, them and win election again, for a goose gonna cook, because they are not going to maintain any of the programs that the JLP has put in place to benefit poor people right now. So just remember that. People, we have to go out and vote. Father Paul, talk to the people then.
Yes, and let us not forget, you know, that this idea of them not keeping the programs, they have told us they're not going to do it.
That is it.
It's not our imagination.
Yep.
They criticize every program that the government put out that is working and people are benefiting.
That is it.
They have a different way they want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So they would come back in and they're going to rename everything.
Yep.
And anything that was given an actual benefit going to be monetized.
Oh yeah, that is how
they're going to be putting money in people's hands. But you know what people don't recognize? If a man give you a house to live in, you see, and give you a car to drive, and give you a supermarket card,
right,
where you can only buy food with it, that is of greater value than a man putting that money in your hand, you know. Which is why back in the day, before Omar Davis, we used to get benefits. For instance, we get a car allowance, we get a housing allowance, we get a laundry allowance.
Right.
And it was Omar who came and said, no. We want to put all of that in taxes, in your salary. That way him can tax the whole of it.
That the way, yeah.
Huh? Right?
Yeah.
And what did that do? When the price of the house gone up, the money stayed the same.
That is
when the price of the car gone up, your money stayed the same.
That is it.
When the price of the food go up, your money stayed the same. Which means that you can only get less and less.
That is
There
it.
is no plan to give you more. As a matter of fact, I think the comrades are looking on the comrades, not the comrades. But I think some of the comrades are you know, I think some of them are honorable.
Yeah.
But the comrades.
The comrades
are looking on, you see? Right? Seeing that they have decided to distinguish themselves from the comrades.
Right.
The comrades are looking on and they're saying, them get too much already, man. So, what am I say? I feel with time now. Feel with time now, fi go up to the trough. And full with belly.
That's why time come.
Belch and come back.
That's why they say time come.
Belly. Right?
Yeah.
That I believe is the plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody say I
They have
come
no
begs.
good plan.
Somebody say I come begs.
Go
Let
ahead.
us look into the chat right now. By the way, we are getting ready to close this show. So for the people, if you're watching by mobile phone, make sure that you double tap on your screen, and that will count as a like. It's a lot of information we've shared right now. So make sure you go ahead and double tap on your screen right now. I see it look like people are doing it. So thank you very much. Continue to do it. Just double tap on the screen, double tap on your phone screen. Yeah? And it will register as a like. I see the likes going up. Continue to do it. Double tap on those screens. I would love to see 250 likes. I'm seeing 273 visible right now. I'd love to see that go to 250 likes. It's a very simple thing. If you look at your phone screen, you might see even 3 dots in the top right hand corner. You can tap on those 3 dots as well. And when you do so, that will all, and then you will see the like button come up. So you can do it. So we've moved. We'll make progress in the Father Paul. We're not just tell them to do it. We're telling them how to do it right now. So we're supposed to see those likes going up. So I'm seeing 164 right now. Let us continue to double tap on those on the screen. Double tap on the phone screen. I think if you're using a tablet or a laptop, just look. You just click on that X that's on the screen, and then you will see the like button. It will show. Go ahead and do it. For those of you who believe that this is valuable information, make sure you go ahead and you share the information with other people. Let me take some more comments. By the way, let us drop the link again. Let me check over Father Paul channel to see if anybody subscribe over there. Cause like sometimes we have to verify what go on in the Father Paul. I am going to Father Paul's channel now. Family, work with us. We have to learn to take action when necessary. I still need 29 more likes in order to get to 200. This is good information. And by the way, if this is your first time watching the show, you go ahead and you watch this channel. All our shows are based on facts. Yeah? We're showing a niceness in there, but we are always factual. And the people, they can testify. I have a survey that we put into the post tab. Make sure you go ahead and look at that. So let's look for Father Paul. Father Paul, you can go ahead and talk while I look for your channel. Let me see if anybody subscribing. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, man. So let us not lose sight of why we're doing this. We have one goal.
Mm-hmm.
And the one goal is the third term.
Third term.
But this one goal is not based on just being, because we're labor rights, we want a third term.
Right.
No. We have seen the progress.
Right.
We have seen that we have had a government that has taken us through a pandemic.
Right.
And brought us through on the other side.
Right.
We see a government that has brought, by their policies,
mm-hmm.
have brought crime down.
Yes.
They have increased the earnings by the amount of visitors to the country.
That is it.
Tourism is doing great.
That is it.
Okay? They're doing all the repairs as much as they can while building the economy to the health sector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're taking care of poor people, indigent people, solidarity program rollout.
Mm-hmm.
Part get more money.
Mm-hmm.
Pensioners get more money.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thing turn up.
That is it.
To the point where even in the poll that Dan Anderson did,
mm-hmm.
it said that the people who seem to have the best view of the Prime Minister is up in the age group that normally only support PMP.
That is it.
So even these elders are realizing and recognizing that the government is doing good work.
That is it.
And if it is doing good work, keep them in play.
Keep them in play.
If
all right. 1 second, Father Paul.
Cricket.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Or you're playing football.
Right.
You have a side. And the side that make moves and them a score goals and them a do things.
That is it.
You don't swap out your striker.
No, you don't.
You don't swap out your defense.
No, you don't.
You don't change your goalkeeper. Once the batsman them in a cricket and them a make runs, them stay out there.
That is
Till
it.
tea time.
That is
And
it.
them start the next day again.
That is it.
And them not come out until them out.
All right, Father Paul, hold on for one moment because I think this is a good moment in the show. Somebody made a request a while ago, says, steady play Rhoda for me. I just look at your channel. I'm seeing we're up to what? 9 subscribers. We need more than that. So we're going to take a break right now. And we're going to ask you to click the link while you listen to this, Rhoda Crawford, that somebody asked for. Take this moment now. This is about up to 3 minutes. Take this moment to go over and load up Father Paul channel right now. That's the link that is right there. We have to move strategic, you know. Let us get this JLP channel. Let us get this JLP channel up and running, man. So we're taking a break for it right now. Let's honor Father Paul for all the knowledge that he's been sharing on the Steady Show right now. So listen to Rhoda.
In 2020,
and go ahead.
They said
subscribe.
I could not defeat Peter Bunting.
It give me a little crying feeling.
And my auntie, who is a pastor, told me that my niece, if there is a Goliath in front of you, there is a David within you.
Sensational.
In 2025, them say, me now win again.
I'm mad, you're mad.
Subscribe to Father Paul channel.
My pastor auntie tell me, say, read your Bible. Because after David defeated Goliath, the war never done this. Goliath had 4 big brothers who came back and tried to fight David.
God Almighty.
And David walked them up again. Last year, after the local government election, Goliath leave 4 brother down there. Donovan Mitchell in the Royal Flat Division.
You're fired.
Jones Oliphant.
Come on, let's hit the let's click the link and subscribe to Father Paul.
Carl Simmett in the Knockpatrick Division.
You're fired.
Mario Mitchell in the Belfield Division.
You're fired.
Them there are Goliath 4 brother them where Peter Bunting left down there. And if you read your Bible, you will see that David defeated them. So he just a weird election.
All right.
Andrew say when you're going to the supermarket, your basket have to be XYZ. And when you're going to the supermarket, 5 items only can buy with 1 money. When the 1 money, you also give it 4 items.
Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
And let me tell you, if I become the Minister of National Security again,
Thief and murderer, I'm gonna become the law. People from Jamaica, put your head beside the bed. PNP, me now vote because Andrew Holness is the best in Jamaica.
All right, so make sure that we continue to do that. You understand me? Make sure we continue to subscribe to Father Paul's channel. A lot of great information out there for you to see. I was looking for a particular Father Paul thing. You understand me? I was looking for, hold on, if you never hear Father Paul, we can McNeil Rose. I'm going to play it for you right now. We are a Father Paul, we are support right now. Let's see what's going on here. Come on now. Why is this not playing? So family, let's go. Okay, I see it here. Oh, this thing jump off. All right, I don't think I'm prepared to do this. But family, go ahead and subscribe to Father Paul's channel right now. So we're getting ready to close the show, but we just want to remind you that listen, the IC bet bus, PNP bet bus, PNP has nothing to campaign on anymore. And the delays that we're seeing, you understand me, all they're trying to do and all they have tried to do is really to, give the PNP, you know, some kind of assistance, some kind of advantage in winning this election over the JLP. But we want to say big up to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. We want to say big up to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, the JLP, and the people who have always had faith in the Prime Minister, that the Prime Minister has been doing the right thing. So when you think about it, Integrity Commission, you ought to be shamed. You must shame on yourself. We see exactly what we do. Because as usual, we know we have no inside of them. We know.
Full of PNP people. Deceitful. Because we have an agenda. Conniving and dishonest.
Always have an agenda. Always have an agenda.
Full of PNP people. Deceitful. Because we have an agenda. Conniving and dishonest.
That is what they are. So family, go ahead.
I challenged.
All right, let me just close this off right now. Make sure you go ahead.
Challenged.
All right, no. We need to get
the
off
business community to set up a civic committee. And it's called a civic committee, but I made sure that it is full of PNP people. Deceitful. Because we have an agenda. Conniving and dishonest.
So we know that it's PNP MO already. It's them insiders that they've had working with them to try to bring down the Prime Minister. But thank God it didn't work. So we said third term. It's what we're looking for right now. By the way, Father Paul, you have anything else to say? Before you close, I want to give them the poll results from a poll I did yesterday. Father Paul, what else you want to tell the people as it relates to this particular case here?
So, again, let us not lose sight of what the plan is.
Right.
The plan is to get in touch with our family members. Have a reasoning with them.
Yeah, man.
Show them how it is that they are benefiting.
Yes, man.
And show them that they must not cut off them nose to spite them face.
That is it.
This is not a time to go and try some people who don't have no plan. Some people who only want to come in now because the kitty full.
That is it.
And them want to come drain it out.
That is it.
Like how them do it all the other times.
That is it.
Let us not give them that opportunity. We're on our way to Singapore status. Barring something on the world decides that boy now carry on. But if the world carry on, Singapore status we say.
That is it. That is it. So family.
Third term loading.
Third term loading we say. Listen, I've just dropped a link in the video a while ago. Make sure you go ahead and click on that. It will take you straight to a Father Paul video. You can watch the video. Make sure you like the video. You understand me? And just big up Father Paul in the chat. You will be seeing a lot more things coming from him. So, family, it's been a pleasure talking to everybody. You understand me? We have much more to talk about as it relates to this IC case right here. So, but I think we have gone through quite a lot. I think we've exposed the IC. I think that, you know, we are going to, in the coming days, we are looking now to see what the next move a PNP is going to make. Yeah? So they've held the country in suspense. They've brought shame on an institution that was meant to do good and to serve the Jamaican people. They've used it to play PNP politics, just like what Alone Asamba says. But we have to thank God that we have a wise Prime Minister who not only has he been wise in terms of building up Jamaica to benefit the regular people, but he has done so with honesty and integrity. And with all the 300 and how many days that they've spent, put all kind of bodies on him, forensic and all that. You see, what has been proven out of this, let us not forget that what's been proven out of this, is that if we never knew that the Prime Minister was clean before, you understand me? We know now for certain. So it gives us all the reasons. What this is telling us in the Jamaican people is that beyond the hype and the noise, it means that Jamaica finally has the most competent, the most honest Prime Minister that we've ever seen, who's building up Jamaica and taking Jamaica to the next level. So I want everybody to green up the chat, everybody to type third term. You understand me? Everybody type third term right now. Make sure you double tap the screen. You hit the like button. You understand me, family? It's been a pleasure talking with everybody today. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Father Paul channel. Thank you. Green up the chat, family. I see 200 likes. Thank you. Let's continue to like. Subscribe to Father Paul. Green up the thing. I wish everybody a great Thursday. Blessed love, family. Green up the thing, man. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Green up the thing, man, and that want to know right now.
Me not to be a labor right. Me didn't have to be a labor right. Look here. Then me could have never be a labor right. Jesus Christ, man. God would have seen me. God would have seen me.
The macroeconomics is fine. The debt is coming down. We have strong reserves. We have interest rates which are starting to come down again, etc.
All right, family. Andrew crossover, that you want them know right now. Hit third term loaded right here now. Put in the bell, put your X beside the bell. Subscribe to Father Paul. And that you want to know. Read up the chat. God is good. Yes, man. God is with Andrew Holness, man. Hey, read up the chat. JLP crossover. Andrew crossover. Come on. Green up the chat now. Hey. Green it up. Green it up. Hey. Green it up, man. Andrew crossover, you know. Third term loading. Hey. Green it up, man. Hey. Love it, love it, love it. Green up the chat, family. Let's go. Hey. Hey, I like it. Green up the chat, family. Family, have a blessed Thursday. Heart of love. Subscribe to Father's Paul. Steady.